it is not outside of the realm of possibility that the Templars were there because their forebears were there first. Right. Now, fast forward to 1066. So we've got 1000 AD. Fast forward to 1066 when William the Conqueror, who was descended of Norse and Vikings, he was of Normandy in France, was a land given to Vikings, to Rollo. Rollo had the Vikings had sacked Paris once already. Another wave came into Paris and attempted it a second time, and the Merovingian king of Paris said, right, these guys are tougher than we are. Why don't we just royalize them? I'll marry my daughter off to their strongest leader and give him what becomes Normandy. Mm-hmm. So William the Conqueror is of the descendant of Rollo. So he is the last greatest Viking. And he takes the throne of England. And that is when the Viking raids cease in Europe, because they had finally conquered England and also northern England, York, the city of York, Jorvik. So, and these individuals commanded the seas. Normandy is not far away from Bernard de Clairvaux's place of birth in northern France. You've got a lot of Norse DNA in northern France. So when William the Conqueror, I'm jumping around, Bernard de Clairvaux was one of the masterminds behind the Knights Templar. So when William the Conqueror goes and takes England, Norse knowledge of sailing and also secret knowledge of North America gets into the English crown and also the upper echelons of French nobility and also Scotland. So these noble houses were all interconnected, and where it got difficult for the Templars is they were brothers without borders, and they only paid respect to the Pope. He was their liege lord, if you will. And they could walk into any kingdom they wished to with their men. And this must have been rather intimidating to have the best warriors, and they had the most sophisticated gear, walking across their lands. It must have been a bit intimidating. But the knowledge of sailing of the Norse seeps into the nobility of Europe, Western Europe, and they go to North America, and the Templars follow because they knew it would be safe. There aren't a lot of Europeans vying for that land at that time. Right. That was their territory. And I do view Oak Island as a repository, a bank, if you will, that has been visited and revisited by different groups over time. So certainly the Templars viewed it as sacred, and also a vault, but also Queen Elizabeth, her agents, and Francis Bacon. I do adhere to that theory as well. So we've got layers of visitations, and that's why it's been so confusing.